Back in the early dark days of lockdown, the official government advice was stay at home. And that was an opportunity for many of us to try our hand at DIY, or maybe a wee bit of cooking or baking in the kitchen. My DIY in terms of maybe painting the fence wasn't too bad, but I couldn't say the same about my skills in the kitchen. One lady who had no such bother at all with her home baking was well-known Portstewart lady and home baker Lynne Gardiner. And joining me now is the lady in question, Lynne Gardiner, otherwise known as Amazin Grazin from Portstewart. How are you?
Aye, good, warm.
Very, very warm indeed in here. This is your usual Friday routine, isn't it?
Yeah, before the Causeway Market. Start at about 11 o'clock and then just bake until I have enough done that I think I'm going to sell.
So let me take you right back, Lynne. When did you first, or how did you first get into this?
Oh, about 3 years ago, I think it was. It was just, I was working in a school and it was just a wee bit extra pocket money and it took off.
But do you have a baking skill or a baking knowledge?
Yeah.
Are you a cook?
Yeah, I went to the College of Business Studies in Belfast and did all my bakery exams, and then I had my own restaurant and guest house down in Portstewart called Causeway a long time ago.
And did someone encourage you then to start to do home baking or what?
No, I just did it myself. It was more money related, to be honest, and get a bit of extra cash.
All right, now we've seen some of your wheatens here, and I know we're going to see some more later on, and I believe I'm also going to give you a hand. I'm going to get pouring Guinness. What's this mixture?
Not drink it.
No, I have to drive home, so I'll pour it. How many types of wheaten are being made in here?
Gluten-free, sugar-free, plain, date and apple, cranberry walnut and Guinness. So 6.
And how easy or how difficult is it to do this week in, week out?
You know what, it's easy to bake them and get them in the oven. It's waiting for them to cool and take them out of the tins and get them wrapped. You know, that's the longer end of it.
But just when we first came in here, you were telling us this room was specifically converted to allow you to work.
Yeah, it used to be the kids' toy room. So when they grew up, I thought, right, I'll convert it, and then at least then I can close the door and keep it separate from the house.
Now, I first came across you a couple of years back up at the market in Coleraine, and I know you're at that speciality market all the time.
Yeah.
In terms of dates and so on, if you're watching this has been recorded on a Friday, but tomorrow you're back up at the market.
Yep, it's on tomorrow, and then it's on in 2 weeks' time again. Usually it's only every second Saturday of the month, but with lockdown and it hadn't been on, I think they're trying to get a couple of extra in.
And where does the term, or where has the term Amazin Grazin come from?
That was actually my partner's idea.
I have an idea.
Well, he made up the name. I couldn't think of a name, so he picked it up.
So tomorrow morning then, you're going to be heading to Coleraine Market. How many wheatens in total will you be taking with you?
Over 100 loaves, because I've already got some pre-orders, so I need to make sure there's plenty.
Quite incredible. And finally, it's not just Coleraine Market where we can find you.
No, I do the naturally North Coast and Glens one in Ballycastle, Moira Food Fair, although it's not on this year either. The Lammas Fair, Hillsborough Market, it's a good one. I think that's about it, really. Yeah.
Okay, and all it remains now is for me to get my hands on a bottle or a tin of Guinness.
Yep. I'll get it for you now.
Okay, Lynn's now making did you say the Guinness?
Guinness and treacle, yeah.
Guinness and treacle wheaten. I think I'm going to have the chance of pouring in. Okay, the Guinness. So how much of this goes into the treacle?
It's half buttermilk and half Guinness, so squeeze it out.
And is the final one going in as well?
Yeah,
I'll let you open that there.
There you go.
Okay. And do you ever have a guzzle at the Guinness?
If it's cold enough.
Yeah, it's cold enough. Well, the sweat that's on you today, is this you're not nervous with us here? Presumably this is the kind of sweat that you always have when you're in this heat.
It's roasting in here, just with that heat outside as well.
Okay, so what's next then, Lynne?
And we need to put the buttermilk in.
Okay, I'll come out of your way. So this is the treacle and Guinness wheaten.
This is straight from Ballyrashane.
Buttermilk straight from Ballyrashane, which is going in now. And again, she's keeping an eye down below here on the weight measurement, and she will judge by weight how much has to go in and how much doesn't. That's the buttermilk in. And then I think, is this then the final stage is...
We'll have to mix the treacle through it first, because if you don't mix it through the liquid, it'll just be in a big clump. and then it'll not be, evenly through the bread.
Well, that's Lynne doing the final stages and final preparations for the 100 plus wheaten loaves which she will take to the speciality market tomorrow. This is being recorded on Friday the 7th of August. Tomorrow, Saturday the 8th, you'll find her at the speciality market in Coleraine. Lynne, I know you're busy at that, but can I just say, is there another market then later on in August?
Yeah, it's the week after next.
Okay, and you told me about a particular order. You have a gentleman coming tomorrow for a certain number of wheatens.
Yeah, he's ordered 16 for his kids. They're going back to uni, so they're going to put them in the freezer.
Excellent stuff. I have no hesitation recommending these sweetens. I've tasted them many, many times. They're absolutely delicious. My thanks to Lynne Gardiner and Amazin Grazin for having us here this morning. The Speciality Market in Coleraine. Your Facebook page, Lynne?
Just Amazin Grazin.
Okay, and make sure you do try one of these absolutely beautiful local products. For Causeway Coast Radio, in a very warm kitchen with Lynne Gardiner in Portstewart, I'm Denis McNeill.